The American dream is a scam.
Believe it? Do
You
you
believe
believe
it?
it?
I definitely believe it.
Yeah. Being a foreigner.
We're lying to ourselves, right? We're being lied to. This idea of an American dream, this idea of America being the greatest country in the world and the biggest economic player and people living their best lives here, a lot of this is a hoax. And don't get me wrong, I realize that a lot of people have come to America and had way better access to opportunities and to good lives than they have in other countries. But at the end of the day, a lot of the issues that we face in America, we should not be facing. And the only reason that we're really facing them is so that people at the top can stay at the top. And that's why I say the American dream does not exist, right? It's not real. So when you're being sold this lie, it's a lot easier to go to work every single day, come home, watch some reality TV, and wake up and do it all over again and pretend like nothing is wrong. But I really, really encourage you not to take the easy route, right? If enough of us are mad, if enough of us are angry and want change, we can actually make change. It should not take another pandemic, right? It should not take another million people losing their lives or losing their houses, right? Or another cop shooting another black person. We're lying to ourselves, right? We're being lied to. It's like
by the time you get off, most of the time, if it's winter time, it's dark outside, and also you are tired. You have thrown all of your energy basically into surviving, that you don't even get a chance to live and enjoy what you have worked for, because a majority of the time, since these workplaces don't pay that good anyway, most of your money is really going into you paying your bills and surviving. And also, if you're not getting that many benefits, you're probably not getting that much paid time off. You probably aren't even getting that much time off to begin with. So that one vacation week that you get out of the year, you better cherish it, because that's all you're gonna get. And it just turns into this vicious cycle where you're just stuck doing your job and you're not really enjoying your life.
The scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore.
The American dream. You get up at 5 in the morning, rush to be out of the house at 5:30, try to make it to work at 6. You work a 12-hour shift. In those 12 hours, you take crap from your managers and coworkers. You eat at whatever time they say that you can eat for the amount of time that you can eat. You have sick days, but if you use them, it's frowned upon. So if you want to aspire to be anything within the company, try not to use them. Then you work until you're 62 years old. You pay bills until you die, and you're expected to be grateful. Forgive me, but that it doesn't make any sense. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that I can go out to work to provide for my house. In fact, the Bible says that he who does not work should also not eat. So I'm in favor of hard work. What I'm not in favor of, though, is abuse. People putting their jobs in factories before their own health. When they don't need you anymore, you're gone. But if you want to leave, you better put in those 2 weeks. So yeah, it's a scam.
Thoughts?
I mean, it's true. It really is. And I don't think I could ever understand the whole ideology of giving people access to have time off, but when you do take it off, some of these places, they're like, oh, they don't want to be here, they're not hard workers, they're always taking time off. And what's the purpose of giving time off?
Exactly. I remember having that conversation with my old supervisor, and we had our little one-on-ones, and he was just kind of talking like, he was talking down on taking like sick days, like, oh, you take sick days, you know.
But if you're sick, what do you do?
I don't know, man.
Your performance isn't even up to whatever their expectations are if you're not feeling good.
Right.
So you being able to even take a day off to recharge and come back should be fine.
Yeah, it's like they want you to run like on a factory line, like you a robot. It's ridiculous. Like, I couldn't even believe he even said it out of his mouth. Like, yeah, you know, you look down.
Does he take time off? I'm sure he does.
He took a couple days off.
I'm sure he does.
He took a couple days off, but you know, he one of those by the book type of dudes. So, I don't understand why if you're so frowned on, why even offer it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't really know the laws behind it, but I feel like some of it has to do with the legality of it.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely, and the thing is, let's say you come in and you work your ass off. You're not taking no days off, no vacations. You got all this time off at the end of the year, and you being this model employee, how much is the raise really going to be? 3%? So you went above and beyond for a company that most likely only gave you a 3% because they only max you out. Like, there's only so much you can get. So they maxing you out. So, and then you got somebody that might take a day off here and there, and he probably still get the 3% because they don't know.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's a scam, man. It's a scam. You go to work every single day.
And they want a 2-week notice, right? And if you don't give a 2 weeks notice, then you won't get a recommendation or whatever the case may be. But you can get fired on the spot with no explanation.
Well, check this out. Here's my recommendation. Don't take your 2 weeks notice. You quit when you want to, and you put your homie down as your manager, as your reference.
Don't say that.
That's what happens every day. Come on, man. It's not the same no more. Like, you can create new numbers. You can create all this different stuff now with this technology. That might have worked way back in the day, but it don't work no more. It don't work no more. All you do is you go to work, you come home, you spend a couple of minutes with your kids because you're probably tired all day. You can't even spend the full amount of time that you want with your family. And then you wake back up and you rinse and repeat all day. And then weekends, you pretty much got a laundry list of stuff to do, household chores, going to the store. So you really don't even have no time to even chill for your own stuff. You just maxed out all the time. And coffee destroying your damn kidneys and your adrenal glands is getting shot out. You know? You know, man, the American dream is definitely a scam now. I don't think it used to be a scam probably back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, stuff around there. I think it was actually a thing. And due to inflation and mismanagement of this country and the debt and all that type of stuff, they just want you to work until you die.
Yeah.
And then you have a baby, and then you raise them to work till they die. It's a machine. So I would say the last 20, 30 years has definitely been a scam. This is not the greatest country in the world. I don't even know if they top 10 at this point. And that's what it is. Different countries, you might have less material things, but you have more time with your family.
People prioritize things differently in other places.
Yeah. So you come in here thinking you're going to get this American dream, and only thing you get is stress and materialistic things. That's all you get. That's literally all you get. You get less time with your family and more stress. You know what I mean? Your hairs get grayer faster. You're getting ulcers in your stomach. You got to take Tums every other day. You can't even take a solid shit anymore. Your shit just liquidy.
What are you talking about?
It's stressful, man. This is what I've heard, man. It's stressful.
That's what you heard.
That's what I've heard. All right, my shit is solid, all right? My shit is solid. But yeah, it's definitely nowhere near what it's cracked up to be now. People do come here to get the resources and take it back home.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. Listen, get what you can get and go back home and retire with a less stressful life. But as far as the American scam is concerned, it's very much scammy. Scammy. Yeah, the 401k is a scam. It's a scam. It might have been cool way back in the day, but it's a scam now. Inflation made that a scam.
They take like half of it.
Yeah, because you get penalized. You can't even touch your own money until retirement. To me,
if you live up to that age.
Yeah, so I'm not going to necessarily say it's a scam in total because it is a form of income for when you retire. So it's a good extra. But even if you retire, because I've seen people retiring with like $250,000, and that's nothing. Like
if maybe a year worth of stuff, maybe a couple of years.
It's a couple years
to live comfortably.
Yeah,
but after that, you probably have to go out and get a job.
Yeah, I don't think people understand the severity of like even if you have like $1 million in your
like how much. Remember we did the math.
Yeah, it was like $1,400, if that,
a month
over 40 years.
Who can live off of that a month? It's
right.
Hard.
You in poverty. You poor. All right, you poor. All right. Let's just keep it funky. Like, unless you don't care about anything, just paying your rent and just chilling and watching TV on your 1930s couch.
I
the
mean,
rest
I
of your
mean,
life.
with rent being how much it is,
And inflation,
can you
yeah.
even afford rent and everything else with that amount, even if you have a million?
Exactly. That's why it's way better to create investments that's going to keep you going for the rest of your life. And 401k is just a extra form of, some liquid cash you can get after you're 62, but it should not be your main source of retirement. All right, it's not. It's a scam, man. It really is a scam. It's a scam now. Back in the 70s when it was created, or 60s or whatever, it might have not been, but now,
And most likely may not have had all these penalties around it.
right, right. So yeah. So to sum everything up, any closing thoughts? No.
Try to live your life. Don't stress too much. Spend time with your family. Life is short.
And so is this video. Peace.